This is Ahmed. Me and Ahmed get up and talk for hours about all things. He owns a successful restaurant in town, and as someone who immigrated here from Kenya, I love hearing his perspective on some of the things I take for granted as a black person who grew up in America, or just some of the beliefs I have. It's good to hear how someone with the same skin tone can have such a different perspective. Plus, his energy and vibration and food are just so good. I love this conversation. Check it. Do you look at it as different? Like, how big of the gap is there between Africans and African Americans?
That's a very deep question. So I'm gonna, think deeply how I'm gonna answer this, because so for us, we come here, we see the opportunity, and big opportunity. And for you guys here, like African American, you're already here, you're already home. So you don't see what you have. You know what I mean? So you don't see what you have. I mean, you're already used to the whole routine. And then, for example, in terms of how we are gathering, like for me, how I see going out into any like a store or like an event, I don't see the colors. So that's how I'm feeling that. We don't see, like, hey, I am maybe black and everybody's white.
Yeah.
You see that? It's like I'm part of it, because we did not growing up to hear the racism, and we didn't even know. For me, I didn't know the racism until I got here.
Wow.
You know what I mean? But again, I mean, the truth is here. You know what I mean? We can't hide it. You
Right.
know? And over there, mostly what we'll see is like a tribalism.
So, like, if you're driving and a police car pulls up behind you, do you feel a way?
Well, now if the police pulls me over, right?
What if they don't pull you over?
If I don't pull,
They're just driving behind you. Does your heart rate go up? Do you feel scared? Do you feel anything? Or?
Well, okay. At one time, I felt I was fine. You know what I mean? At one time was like a drive, and if they're pulling over, of course, they just want to see if I'm doing the right thing, like maybe a registration if it's expired, etc. And recently, I do, even if I'm walking towards like the next door, I'm kind of scared. Do you know what I mean, for what's going on now?
Why? What changed?
Well, what changed is that's what I guess what we see on the TV, and the news, that a lot of African American, and also African from Africa who have been killed, with very simple things from the cell phone,
Amadou Diallo.
That was in New York, and that was so sad. All of them, they're sad, it's not right, I mean, the thing is, we have to do our best to comply, to, whenever we get pulled over, just sit back for the second, because, if we become aggressive, for even the way you answer it, that can cause, any trouble, because, the way you see trouble losing our life.
Yeah, but even people that aren't aggressive, some people are just sitting in their house.
Like that kid from Denver. I mean, that's so sad.
Yeah.
The guy in massage therapy, really down to kind of thing, to earth.
Yeah.
And even you can see his face,
Yeah.
He's like innocent. I'm thinking of my son, when I see him, because my son is the same way. He's very, quiet, very gentle, and his life has been taken away. So, what do you think?
About what?
About what's going on now.
So I think a lot of people who are seeing it now, they just haven't been seeing it. But nothing's changed. This is not new.
Okay.
And so there's a lot of people that are like, oh, this is a problem now. And I think a lot of people, especially black people who grew up in the United States, are saying, oh, welcome everyone. We've been saying this and screaming and marching and kneeling and begging for years.
Okay.
Like a lot of the way I walk into this world isn't as a human being with a good idea and a thing. It's as a black man in America.
Yes.
This is the difference, right?
Yes.
And because this is how my country has raised me, that's how I treated my dad, my grandfather. So when I show up at a place, I don't show up as like anything's possible. I'm showing up with like, are these people going to be racist? Are they going to look down on me? Am I safe to be here? Is it okay? And I have all those kind of
this the fear. That's the fear you talk about. So now let's go back for a second, right? In my, remember the part of Bob Marley say to free. What is the song?
Emancipate yourself from mental slavery.
Yeah,
none but ourselves can free our minds.
Let's get that part mentally slavery. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For the other part, let's keep away, right? Let's work on this one, mentally slavery. I mean, because it is the way you're saying is mentally, but physically, you can do. If you separate yourself, you know what I mean. If you can separate yourself, okay, this is what what we've been going through over and over, right? Now is the time to separate myself from the mentally, because this mind, man, is a crazy thing, If you follow it, you're not gonna do anything.
Man.
You're not gonna get off the bed if you say, I'm gonna go out there and see all these drivers and I don't look like them, what they look at me different. You're not gonna. But the thing, what I see in this country, if you can separate that, then you don't even need to win lottery. You'll be successful and be set, but you have to free yourself from those fears, because there is a lot of fear you put it on, because the fear, for example, if you want to start a business, what they do, they say, give us your business plan, that is a lot. I don't know that, I mean, I know I want to do a business, if I have to do a business plan for Jumbo, I will never really get started.
Why?
Because it's scary. I mean, you have to have $100 in your account. You have a 6-month, this. But if you you want to try and you have a little bit and you see people already doing it. What do you mean business plan you have? You have a McDonald's, they're successful, Do you know what I mean? I mean, where you want to go to? Go there and see how many people are driving this, how many burgers they buy. You can just stay outside there and see, you know what I mean? Seriously, we get very deep, here. So, because at the same time, I'm talking this for me, understanding, The thing is, why can't we reverse it? You know what I mean? Why can't we say...
Who's we?
Black, African, like now we're already here. Reverse it mean like, things they're already there. There is education, right? There is education there that you can, well, you don't have to go to school. You can even study at home these days.
Right.
So I mean, I'm going to free you now. I'm your doctor because you need to be working on,
Okay.
No, I'm seriously, what I mean? It's not easy. Like, as you say, life is not easy. You have to work hard, and you have to face it. You're already in it because he's already here.
Right.
He's already here, man.
Yeah.
This is one life. I mean, we have another life, there, but we don't know. We haven't. Nobody. Whoever goes there, then nobody have to report it to us.
Right. Yeah.
It's just from reading, the Quran and everything else. This was, but nobody have come and say, hey, this is. But this life that we have, so we do have to really think, because even what we have, it can taken away from us any minute.
Yeah.
So. Now our ancestors, they've been through it, So the reason I'm saying reverse it is that, like all this business is here, you know what I mean? We can, if we free ourselves. If we free ourselves, or say, you know what, we're gonna do it, and there is the education, wherever we can get the education, is there. Do you have to work to show them, to prove? I'm not just, I'm a human, just like you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So if that's what it takes to prove, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Where does just being a human and breathing come in? Because that's got to be important too, right? Outside of let me prove to you that I'm worthy of just being a human, or let me go try to make sure I can make money and be successful, and let me.
Yeah. I really had to say to myself, that's what I say. Why do you have to work hard to prove yourself, right? Why not? Then stay the way you are. Okay, if that's what you think that is gonna change your life, then leave it alone. Is nothing is if you don't do anything, nothing is gonna change.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I mean, honestly, in all what's happening here,
Mm-hmm.
and all what's happening, maybe there's a few country that they're better than this country.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, you
Yeah.
know. Until today, there's sometime I question myself. It's like, did I do this? You know,
Mm.
you know, like is this? You know, like sometimes the place is packed and people are happy and raving about, and I still, you know, like what is it? You know what I mean? So, and
I mean, this city loves you in your restaurant, and you feel that, right?
oh yeah, I do. I mean, and especially at this time, you know,
Mm-hmm.
where you know things they're upside down. I'm very grateful, you know. I mean, I never thought, you know, I would be in this place today. Me, my family, and the way I grew up. If I explain to you, and you walk into me today, you'll be like, wow, you know, because now you seeing all these things, big store, big restaurant. If we go back, let's say, for example, let's go back when I was even 10 or 11, 12 years old, right?
Mm-hmm.
The life, you know, our family, and today, you know, you never wanna have believe. I guess that is where he usually teaches us, you know, when you have that kind of life of, you know, going, you don't know what, you know, what you gonna have for breakfast,
Yeah.
or you gonna have for dinner,
Yeah.
and there is, I guess, that's something. When you see those things, you know, even let's say, for example, you know, sometimes we have to tell your kids or somebody when they go, especially young kids,
Mm-hmm.
when they go through that times like, oh man, this and this, just tell them, hey, you know what, be patient, you know. And this is what my mom we used to talk to each other.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like patient is the key of life, or the key to success. Just seriously, when even you see that you are struggling, maybe even for you right now,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell you, be patient. You know, while it goes through your head, be patient. It will go away, and it might not go away, but it might, you know. But you know, but the good thing is, if you put that message that is, you know, reminding yourself,
Yeah.
you have to remind yourself, I'm gonna be free. I'm going to be free. I'm going to be free.
Thank you, Ahmed.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
And then I use my wisdom. Okay.
For the people, but for the culture.
For the culture, exactly. And let's this thing to pass and go away.
How close in proximity poor can be to rich.
Yeah, drumming, and then we do the food at the same time.
Yeah.
And
Together.
an event where we will meet and talk. We can create something and, you know, build. You know, I tell you something. I mean, he's not shooting us anymore, right?
No.